A card where the 2-mana treasure generator is a bad guy.
And a card that's a real catch.
Hello. Welcome to MTGU Unraveled, where we each choose a magic card and over-explain it to distract you from your current hyperfixation. I'm Rafa.
And I'm Ryan. We start each episode with trying to guess what cards we're talking about today, so let's go ahead and start with guessing your card.
I have a white and a black legendary creature. Yeah, you know it?
I know exactly what this card is.
All right, what's its creature types then?
Oh, Lord. Details about the card. I just know what it does. Human. Cleric?
Both are wrong.
What?
Good guess.
Not a human?
No, it's not a human. Think about where they're from.
Hobbit?
It's not Hobbit, but...
Oh, halfling.
Halfling. All right, we got one.
Right. I don't know.
That's all right. It's a rogue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. Which honestly, I would say it should be more like villain, but we'll get to that. Do you know the power and toughness?
1, 2. 2, 2.
No.
2, 1.
2, 1. Yep.
I should know by now that if you sigh when I guess the power and toughness, it's
Flip
flop.
And what sets it from?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Okay, now give me the text box as best you can.
Okay. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell in a turn, create a treasure token. And lose 1 life.
Pretty close.
Lose 1 life and create a treasure token.
It's any player, though. It's not just opponents.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to do it, too.
Yep. And this is, of course, Lotho Corrupt Sheriff. That's how AI told me to say it.
Good card.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. So we'll start with just explaining it. Any player, as soon as they cast their second spell during any player's turn. So when you're playing a commander game, this thing can trigger 4 times on your turn, 4 times on another person's turn, 4 times on the next person's turn. Going around the table, it could trigger up to 16 times. Has that ever happened? Probably not. I mean, maybe at some point, but...
Maybe in a game of like CEDH.
Yeah, well, even then, every player casting 2 spells every turn.
Yeah.
It's possible, though. So, yeah. And you'll also lose a life every time you make that treasure. Yeah. Which can kill you.
Yes, it can.
Yeah. And there's one rule that's relevant to talking about how it's the second spell, even yours. The only ruling on the card in Gatherer says spells that were cast before Lotho Corrupt Sheriff count. If Lotho Corrupt Sheriff was the first spell you cast this turn, the next spell you cast this turn is your second spell, implying that it will trigger Lotho. So if you cast Lotho and then cast a second spell on that same turn, bam, you get your first treasure. You get 1 mana rebate on the turn you play it.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
I have experience with the card. I actually, when I looked this up with my commander decks, I have it in a bracket 2 deck, a bracket 3 deck, and a bracket 4 deck. So I've played this in many brackets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I was like, I guess I really have some experience to say that this card scales well. It's not broken in bracket 2 because most decks aren't casting 2 spells, more. There's less 2 spells cast in a turn by 1 player in bracket 2, and it just gets better and better. My bracket 4 deck, it makes tons of treasures compared to my bracket 2 deck on average.
Yeah, I have it in 1 deck that's a bracket 3.
Only 1?
Only 1. It's in Joda.
Play more Lotho. That makes total sense, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because anytime, usually, it's great if you get Lotho out early. And then once Joda's out, that first spell you cascade off the legendary. So you cast 1 spell, you automatically get a Lotho trigger by casting the second off of Cascade.
So you instantly get a rebate back, and he's legendary, so you might.
Yeah, so I can flip into him.
Mm-hmm. From Joda, yeah.
Yeah.
What would you rather cast in Joda on turn 2, Lotho or Arcane Signet?
Lotho.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
Yeah, it's a very good card for 2 mana.
Mm-hmm.
It only has 1 art, and it's by Ilker Yildiz, but it does have multiple treatments. It's got, a regular looking magic card, and then it's got the extended art magic card, and it's got a foil surge foil.
Yeah.
You can use this card in Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Commander, and Oathbreaker. I'm just going to start saying the usual because it seems like that is like our usual what you can use it in. Except you go off that more than I do. Every card I pick. How much do you think the cheapest printing of this card is?
I know it's more expensive. I don't know, like $20.
Nah, $10. The most expensive version, the Surge Foil Extended Art, is $20 though.
Oh.
So that could be why you're thinking you paid $20 for this card.
Yeah.
Because which one's in Joda?
Well.
It's got flavor text for the card too, and it fits perfectly into talking about the lore behind Lotho, which is the whole reason I picked this card, because I've played Lotho a lot and I know nothing about the character.
Yeah.
In Lord of the... Yeah, right?
I don't even remember him in... I haven't read the books.
Yeah.
But...
I don't believe he's in the movie, or if he is, he plays a very, very small part. But the flavor text is, whatever is wrong in the Shire, Lotho will be at the bottom of it. You can be sure of that, said Pippin. Which is important in case you don't know, he's a Took. Which we'll get into.
Gets in lots of trouble.
They do get in lots of trouble. But they're the good guys in this story. So, Lotho was the son of Lobelia Sackbill Baggins, which is also a magic card, and is in the movies.
Stealing the good silverware.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, just wait. I didn't realize this either. And I'm like, oh, man, that sucks. Bilbo's turning in his grave. But the Sackville Bagginses were generally disliked, and he was even called Little Pimple or Pimple due to his poor complexion. Lotho was. Yeah. So he was picked on.
Rude.
Maybe you can give him a break, but I don't think so. After Lotho's father, Otho, died, Lotho became somewhat of a mogul, a business savant. He got pretty wealthy as a hobbit can get.
Huh.
Yeah, he was he had a lot of crops. He kept buying up land, and he could buy more land, and yeah. He was even able to purchase Bag End from Frodo, which is where I was like, Bilbo would be, turning in his grave or in the elf realm, whatever. I don't know if Bilbo's dead.
Bro didn't just give it to Sam.
He made a lot of his money by selling his crops to men, which is the humans. They're called men in the Lord of the Rings. Even hired some of Saruman's men as ruffians to like do his dirty work and protect him. And turned this Shire into a totalitarian nightmare. He ended up being a corrupt sheriff, which is the sheriff. It's just the Hobbit version
because
of it.
Because it's the Shire.
Yeah.
Sheriff.
Yep. That is why it...
Yeah.
Yeah. But he basically, he would ration people's belongings, confiscate them and say how much you could have. Yeah, it was pretty bleak apparently at one point. He even put the mayor of the Shire in prison when the Shire confronted him about being a tyrant. Yeah, he's just like, okay, you're not the mayor anymore. You can go to jail. Jeez. Yeah. Some of Lotho's biggest resistance, though, came from the Tooks. The Tooks would take any ruffians that Lotho sent that way and basically make them leave forcefully, which is awesome. Pippin wasn't. I don't think he was really a part of that because he was kind of busy, doing other things. But
yeah.
But the Tooks are the real ones, which makes the flavor text of the card freaking awesome. And his tyranny lasted until Saruman, going by the name of Sharky, which is also on a magic card, and I did not know that was Saruman.
I didn't either.
Arrived in the Shire. So Saruman shows up as Sharky and was like, this dude is too much. What's going on here? Sends Wormtongue to assassinate him, and Wormtongue may or may not have eaten him. The book isn't clear. End of the story.
What?
Yeah, so that's a Lotho. Every time you play a Lotho, this is the dude you're playing. I'll take some of your treasure. I'll take some of your treasure. Yep.
Well then.
Yeah.
He is a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a total tool. Not a tool, but yeah.
Well then.
Now you'll never look at Lotho the same.
No. Or Wormtongue.
Yeah.
I mean, he was already a creep, though.
Yeah, he was a creep, but I don't think he ate anybody in the movies.
No.
But, I mean, would you really put it past him? Yeah.
Yikes.
What'd you pick for your card?
Okay. A blue creature.
Is it named so nice? They named it twice?
It sure is.
I know nothing about this card. I'm not even going to try to guess.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Creature type is fish.
I mean, I guess maybe I could have guessed that. That was an oversight.
You don't know the power and toughness?
1/4.
Ooh, so close.
You're not funny. It must be a 4/1.
Yep. It was first released in Arabian Nights, and it was a common until very recently, where they reprinted it as a rare.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Who knew?
And this creature can't attack unless defending player controls an island. And when you control no islands, sacrifice this creature. This would be Dan.
You have to say it like that too.
Dan.
Yep. I cast Dan.
We'll start off with the nitty gritty bits. It has 8 versions of the card printed in 6 sets. So there's the original art that you see on every print up until the latest Secret Lair. And that was by Drew Tucker, and it's 2 fishing boats. And then you can just see like the shadow of a giant fish coming up underneath of them. And the flavor text on that version of the card says, "Catch good today, start replacing crew tomorrow."
Is it talking about the fish got a good catch today?
I think it's saying like, yeah, we got it, but we lost some people in the process. There's technically 2 new arts in the Secret Lair drop that recently happened because they are different. They look very similar. Done by Kellogg's Loops.
Kellogg's Loops.
But it's not Kellogg like the brand because it's only one L. It's koi fish in a pond, and they represent yin and yang. You have like an orange with white spot fish going one way, and then a white with orange spot going the other way. Sent me on a little bit of a sidetrack because I was like, I don't actually know like anything about yin and yang because there are 2 flavor texts, 2 different ones that go on each of the arts. So I looked it up. So yin is a symbol of earth, femaleness, darkness, passivity, and absorption. And on the yin fish ones, the flavor text is forget bait, forget hooks, forget line, forget troubles, and enjoy being on the water while fish swim around. So that really like encompasses that passivity. And then yang is conceived of as heaven, maleness, light, activity, and penetration. I'm a child. And the flavor text on that one is remember friends, remember family, remember good times, and reawaken when it's time to reel in dinner.
That's neat.
Which is kind of like the activity part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool that they like kept that flavorful since they decided to do the yin yang. They still actually referred back to the traditional meanings of those.
Yeah. I mean, just the opposites to yin and yang are supposed to be opposites.
Yeah. Forget this, remember this.
Yeah.
As for the price of the card, the original art ones can go anywhere from $1 to $20, just depending on what set you want to buy. The older ones are a little bit more expensive. The Secret Lair. So, Secret Lair released it as a full Dan deck. Because Dan is one of the centerpieces for a less commonly known format of Magic called Forgetful Fish. We'll get into that. And so they released a full deck of it with 10 copies of this Dan card. The Secret Lair itself, when it dropped, was $99. And it sold out in under 30 minutes.
Secret Lairs, bro.
Yeah. So now, your options to get these versions of the cards so far, I'm sure things might change as time goes on because at time of recording, this just released like a week ago, if that.
Not even, I don't think.
You can buy the full Secret Lair on eBay for like $200+. and they just keep seeming to go up. And then the singles are kind of all over the place for the cards because nobody knows what they can expect people to buy them for. But low end, you're looking at like $25 to $30, which isn't too bad if you're looking at the fact that the original ones can go up to 20. And the art is absolutely gorgeous. But then a lot of them were posted at $95.
Jeez.
Just for the one copy of Dan Dan.
Who's going to buy that for $95? I hope
I don't
nobody
think anyone.
does.
I don't think anyone is. Please don't.
Yeah.
Don't let these people get away with that, because that's pretty insane.
How much do you think a sealed Dan Dan Secret Lair will be in 6 months? Just a random guess.
I don't know. They fluctuate so much.
I know.
That's the thing. Is like what I think will happen, because this tends to be kind of the trend, is people throw them on for like a crazy amount, like triple, quadruple the price that you could buy them through Secret Lair. And that's because the FOMO is so high that people are like, I have to get one before it sells out on the secondary market, right? I need one right now. I really wanted it, and I got dropped out of line because it went out of stock and whatever else. So people put them for crazy amounts because people will go, no, I need this, and just buy it.
Yep.
And then they take a pretty decent dip, and then they'll steadily climb back up. So 6 months from now, I don't think they'll be going for all that much. Probably they'll still be higher than what you could buy them through Secret Lair. My guess is going to be 150 to 200. I think 200 is about the level that it will like stabilize at for a while.
See, my hope is, because I wouldn't put it past Wizards. They got their sales from the FOMO, from having a limited number. I really hope that they actually listen to the community and put this back up for a second round of ordering. Kind of like they did with the World Shaper Precon, right? You could buy it, and then when it was out, they made that Precon, they made that Chaos drop with a... I'm hoping that this gets sold again by Wizards and keeps that price at a reasonable amount for all the people who want it. Because one of the things the creator of the format said was, I want this to be something that everyone has access to.
Yeah.
If they do it. And, you know, they don't have to listen to him technically, but like, it'd be nice if they respected people who love this game enough to make a format.
Yeah. And you know what? If you can't, and you were like, oh, I just thought it was a really cool format, you can go build a Dan Dan deck for way less than you can buy these Secret Lairs.
Yeah, if all you want to do is play Dan Dan, but the Secret Lair, like you said, is so pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's got, and Dan Dan isn't even the only card that got this like beautiful treatment. There's other cards that are pretty well played that got new arts. It really is gorgeous. That's what Secret Lair does. They create some really amazing cards.
Yeah. You mean islands, right? That's what people play?
There are some really cool islands in it, though.
Yeah. It's better than that island they came out with last year. You know,
I don't know. People grabbed that one up. What formats can use this card?
Yes.
Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Commander, Oathbreaker, Pauper, and Penny. However, like I had mentioned, the only format that really matters when it comes to Dan Dan is the unofficial format called Forgetful Fish. So Forgetful Fish was created in the late 90s by a Magic player, someone in the community named Nick Floyd, who backed this whole Secret Lair thing.
Yep.
And then it was really brought back into the spotlight within the last year or so by Sam of Ristic Studies. He had talked about it on his channel, and I know we played it on Tolarian Community College with the prof. And people were like, oh, that's a really cool format. What is this? Because it's different. So what is Forgetful Fish? It is a singular 80 card deck that's shared by 2 players. So this is a 1v1 format, but you share one deck between the 2 of you. And it's meant to highlight the blue play style. Like, this is all about blue doing the blue thing. So deck lists can vary, but it's considered non-negotiable for 1, the deck to contain 8 copies of Memory Lapse, That is the forgetful part. And 10 copies of Dan Dan. The fish part. So that part is considered non-negotiable for it to be Dan Dan. I know that there have been people who have messed around with it. There's even versions where they're like, yeah, this is forgetful fish. Like you played in the same general thing, but they've replaced Dan Dan with other creatures.
No.
Yeah, I think that's stretching it, guys. Yeah. But, do as you wish. The rest of the deck is entirely made up of blue instants and sorcery spells, and of course, lands. And all of those instants and sorcery spells are meant to either take advantage of the top of the deck, take advantage of the stack, or deal with the fish. Notably, the only way that you can deal damage in Forgetful Fish is through Dan Dan. Players start at 20 life. You start with a hand of 7 cards. You discard at your end step if you have more than 7 cards, and you can lose the game if your life total goes to 0, or you draw from an empty deck.
Oh.
So there are 2 ways to lose Forgetful Fish.
Do you know how often games end by the deck running out?
I don't know.
No? Yeah, I don't know.
But it's enough that it's been mentioned, because that is manipulating the deck and drawing and doing all of that is something that the deck does really well, because blue does that really, really well. The differences between this and constructed formats, though, are players are dealt their hands kind of like poker, because again, you share one deck and you share your graveyard. So you don't eat, like, one person doesn't take the top 7. You deal it out, 1 card to you, 1 card to me, 1 card to you, 1 card to me, until you have a hand of 7 cards. And then if an effect causes both players to draw a card, the active player deals the cards in the same way, starting with themselves.
Yeah.
So, and the active player is whoever casts this, you cast the spell and you both have to draw a card. Well, I would get my card first and then give you a card.
Yeah. So if someone threw like Arcane Denial in this, you would draw whoever's turn it is, they would draw the one card first. Then the other person would get one, and then the person whose turn it is would draw their second card.
Oh, I don't know.
Because Arcane Denial would give the active player 2 cards, and assuming you don't counter your own spell. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm just asking a complicated question for no good reason. Never mind.
I don't know. I didn't specifically look that up.
If that's not blue enough, I don't know.
That's what it sounds like, though, because it basically, anytime cards come off the library for both players, it's like poker, is what it said.
It's back and forth.
Yeah, it's back and forth.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, you both share a graveyard, so if an effect returns a card from your graveyard or library, it refers now to the shared graveyard and library, and the owner of the card is its caster.
So this is one of the few formats probably where the owner of a card switches based on who's casting a spell.
Yeah. Yeah, because you both, all of the cards, in the deck, it's both of you. So it's just whoever casts it first owns the card.
If you own the spell, you own the card.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then I also looked up, because I was curious about mulligans, because how you deal the cards is different and all of that. So mulligans, players can take any number of free mulligans for hands containing less than 2 lands or spells. So you show it and say, okay, I only have 1 land, or I only have 1 spell in this hand. And then you can do that as many times as you want. And you just mulligan from the top. If the criteria for the free mulligan is not met, so if you just look at that and you're like, this hand just sucks, whatever that means, then you can take more mulligans based on the regular rules. So you draw a new 7, but you have to go down to 6. That's all I have. I just thought that it is a really, really cool format, and I know that a lot of people are thinking about it because of the secret lair that dropped. We just talked with somebody at our Friday Night Magic about it, and they were like, what the heck even is Dan Dan? Why am I being told I need to learn how to play this? What is going on?
I only play Commander.
We plan on playing it, so I wanted to look up exactly what it is, get some details about it, and, stir the pot a little bit.
Kick up some waves.
Splishy splash.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I couldn't have told you how to play. I couldn't have even told you it was called Forgetful Fish before right now.
I did remember that. Because, like I said, we did watch that one episode with Sam on TCC. But, yeah, I did not remember the actual rules of it. I just remembered watching it and going, this is a neat little, like, format of the game. Like, this seems like it would be kind of fun. And we were fortunate to be able to get one. And I'm excited to have it in the house because I think it would be fun on nights where, like, man, what are we going to do? I just want to play Magic. Well, we can play this.
Yeah. And MagicCon Vegas is in like a month from now. And I think people are going to get them before that point. So I'm curious to see how much we'll see it at Vegas.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to start shipping the day after they went on sale or something. So I would expect that we'll see quite a few of them at Vegas.
You'd think. I don't know. We'll see. There's so much going on.
That's true. All right. Well, at the end of every episode, we like to talk about something that we've been hyper fixated on outside of Magic. And I am replaying a game, which is something that I do quite often. If I find games that I really, really enjoy, I will replay them. I know we've talked about this previously with Fallout. I've replayed those games a couple of times. Skyrim is one of my favorite games of all times. I could not even begin to fathom how many times I have played through and beat that game.
How many times have you played through and beaten that game not going down archery?
I guess that actually it really fits into the game that I'm playing now too. I do realize I tend to play the same archetypes quite often. Skyrim, I do pick archery more often than not because they're OP and it's fun and it's badass. I have done mage playthroughs though, like pure mage. I always, you always kind of throw in a little bit of magic here and there with almost any build that you do for healing and stuff like that. But I have done a pure mage playthrough of that game a couple of times.
Oh.
I think I tried going through and doing two-handed weapons, and I think I also tried going through and doing one-handed weapons and blocking at one point, and I hated it. I hated it.
This is my shield. This is my sword.
It wasn't fun. And I kept feeling like, God, I just want to pull out a bow. I'm pretty sure I made it like I think I might have made it to the first like big thing that you do in that game. And then been I can't do this. I absolutely can't. And just quit and start over. Which does, again, lead into what I've been playing lately. Hogwarts Legacy is a phenomenal game. I felt that way when it came out. It came out, we got it, I played through it. It was so fun, and I remember being like, oh, I don't have time to do another playthrough right now, because I need to, like, get back to real life. But I want to play through again, because it's one that has alternate endings, depending on the paths that you choose. And the first time, I did the good guy thing, and like avoided the dark arts and all of that kind of stuff, which, by the way, looked up. And if you're playing this game or you have played this game or you want to play this game, that doesn't actually affect anything. You can use the dark arts and that makes no difference to your storyline.
Even the forbidden curses, can you learn those? What? And it doesn't change a thing?
Nope. Because the only things that affect where your story goes are the ones where you make like what do you call that? Dialogue choices.
So you can just be a total piece of crap, and as long as you say nice things to the people, then you're gonna...
As long as you choose the good choice as you go along.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I didn't know that the first time. So I played through totally like straight on good guy. And it was great. And I loved it. And I loved the ending. And I was like, okay, next time I'm going to be I'm going to choose the bad things. And I just recently restarted playing. I have such a hard time being a bad guy. And I don't know why I thought that this would be any different, because I'm the same way in Baldur's Gate. I tried so hard to romance Asterion. And I just could not be enough of a jerk. Like, he was just like, you're boring.
You want to see a magic? Oh, wait, that's Gale, huh?
That's Gale. You want to see magic? I always end up attracting Will and Gale. Gale just goes after everybody. But I have such a hard time. Like, I don't want to kill the cute little animals. I don't want to be a jerk to the little kid that needs your help. I don't want to mess with the tieflings. I don't want to, I just can't do it. But I still replay these games. And I don't know if that's something that really is as common. We've talked about it with like movies and stuff too. If I like something, I will just do it again. I'll rewatch movies. I'll replay the same game the same way again. I even named my character the same name without realizing it. I went back and I happened to like look at the past save and I was like, oh, they have the exact same name. But I know when it comes to movies, like, you aren't as inclined to go back and rewatch something you've already watched.
No, how long has it been since we watched Everything Everywhere All at Once? Few years.
Yeah.
And that's like the closest I come to wanting to rewatch a movie, and I still haven't even rewatched that movie.
Yeah.
It's just not my... Other than The Breakfast Club, it gets a pass for some reason. I'll watch that movie a million times and not care.
Where I'll sit down and I'll be like, hey, let's watch Star Wars again. Let's watch The Lord of the Rings again. I'll watch Friends for the 50th time. And I'm the same way with games. And so I don't know if that's like, is that just me being like neurodivergent and quirky? Or is that like a normal thing? Like, are there other people who will be like, hey, I'm going to play this game and I know I'm going to make the same choices, but I'm still going to replay it?
I think there's a mix of people that go both ways. That want to replay games and don't want to do the same thing, and people who want to replay games and do the same thing. I don't think it's like super uncommon, but I don't think it's like everyone's like that either. Yeah. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe it's more uncommon than I think. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No. No, I'd rather play new games, watch new movies, all the new things. Why would I want to watch a movie that I already know what's going to happen at the end of it?
Because it's so good.
Sometimes I will rewatch a movie. Donnie Darko had to rewatch that movie because I didn't even understand what happened the first time I watched it.
Nobody did.
Yeah, but no, I get what you're saying. It's probably a comfort thing. I don't know. What is it?
I think it is a comfort thing. New things are scary. What if it's bad? What if I'm wasting my time? Like, we only have so much time to put into playing video games or just doing things that don't matter in life. So why am I going to be like, yes, I'm going to play this game. I'm going to dump 15 hours into it and be like, God, this sucks. I hate it. I've done that before and it makes me upsetty spaghetti.
See, and that argument works the same for the other side, the same way. There's only so much time, and even if I wanted to, I could not watch every movie ever made, listen to every song ever made, or play every game ever made. So why would I spend this chunk of time playing one game over and over again where I could play X amount of games?
Because it makes me happy.
That's really the point. I mean, if you're going to watch something, if you're going to play something, if it makes you happy, then that you're accomplishing the goal of what that action is for. Where I like to experience new things, and even if they're not as good as the old things, I still enjoy that new experience.
And I will continue to replay the same games and watch the same movies and listen to Stray Kids on repeat every single day. Forever.
And you will continue to hear weirdo new music from me. So, yeah.
All right. Well, that is today's episode. You can find us on TikTok and Twitch at Dicentric Games for more Magic content and nerdy shenanigans.
And if you'd like to share any of the quirks that Magic has hidden in their cards, join the Discord in the description. If you have suggestions or questions for the show, please leave a comment or send us an email.
Yeah, let us know if there's anything you found interesting or just something you didn't know about today's cards. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your week.
Click all the buttons,
Do all the things.
and we'll see you next time. Bye!